Welcome to the befriendingproject.com. Before proceeding with the exercises in the posts, check with your physician or primary healthcare provider to assure that each and every exercise is safe and appropriate for you. The activities and the exercises in the posts are not intended to be a substitute for medical care. To get the most out of the website, you should have a pen or a pencil and a notebook, a comfortable place to sit or lie down but not fall asleep, a cup of water or a well-hydrated body, an empty bladder, empty bowels, which seems to me should be singular rather than plural since it's just one long tube, but that's just me. A mouth that's empty of food and chewing gum, and also fingernails, the pen from the top of the list, and other foreign objects. A cell phone that's turned to silent mode and out of sight. I have strong evidence to support the notion that you will survive being unplugged and live to talk about it. Be brave and strong. Others before you have done it, and you can do it too. 3 to 20 minutes of uninterrupted time, which should explain the need for the bladder emptying, lunch finishing, and unplugging. Patience, grit, and a sense of humor. I've no doubt you're going to feel like a toddler doing some of this stuff, so smiling at yourself will come in handy. I bet you were very cute when you were 3, which is just about the maturity level of the muscles that we rarely use. That's all. Nice and simple. Fun, relaxing, and free. What more could you ask for? Use the pen or the pencil and the notebook to make one brief entry in response to the word of the week and another after working through the other activities. Make short, honest notations of your impressions, and over time you'll begin seeing gradual changes in your attitudes and perceptions. These exercises are very subtle, and their power lies in repetition and letting the stuff just sink into your psyche, your body, and the container of emotions that we sometimes call the heart. Shifting your perspective to one that's receptive to learning these self-grounding, peace-evoking habits will be easiest for you and make the most sense if you work through the posts in order, starting with Lesson 1. If you're the sort of person who starts a book or a movie in the middle, reads to the end, and then peeks back at the beginning, this website might not be suited to the wandering nature of your personality. The site is offered with love and logic, and sets out a systematic, ordered sequence that you should follow to get the most from it. Return to any previous lesson once you've worked through it for clarification, extra practice, or just because you enjoy something about it. Jumping forward, skipping lessons, and failing to practice will more likely than not bring little or no benefit and perhaps diminish rather than improve your sense of well-being, which clearly is not the intention. One of my teachers once said, "Please practice and exercise for a year before judging its benefits. If you tell me after a few attempts that it's not working, I'd suggest that it's not the exercise, but you who isn't working." Though I'm not inclined to offer the same suggestion, you should remember that all of these practices bring potential results through repetition over an extended period of time. It would be a misunderstanding to expect a quick fix from any of what the site has to offer you. The key is simplicity and repetition, and subtle, gradual, incremental learning to bring lasting change over time. For most of us, this paradigm is quite foreign from our experience with any number of things that provide fast and sometimes instant change. Generally, those sort of quick fixes bring short-lived results. Thus, the need for patience, grit, and a sense of humor. In fact, let those 3 qualities act together like a triangular head of a plow, and you'll have what it takes to build your personal, persistent sense of being peaceful over time. Start gradually with very short practice sessions. The visits to the site need not take any more than 5 or 6 minutes of your time. 2 minutes or so to read the word of the week and commentary, and 3 minutes to enjoy one of the exercises, and 10 to 15 seconds to jot down your impressions in your notebook. You are, of course, welcome to spend more time and explore the other exercises in that week's posts as well, but it would be better to visit every day for 5 minutes than once a week for 20. This kind of learning involves repetition, and you'll benefit from daily, short practice sessions. There are two types of YouTube videos on this site: audio only and video with audio instructions. There's a transcript of the commentary on the word of the week and the menu bar pages, one of which you're reading right now. Reading along while listening improves comprehension for most people. Video with demonstration is offered to provide you with visual cues on how to perform an exercise. Watch the video until the exercise becomes familiar, then use the video only for the audio component by turning away from the computer. Listen and follow along with the instructions while resting your eyes on a still focal point in the room, or half closing your eyes, or closing your eyes completely. That way, you won't have to turn around and look at the computer screen, and you can enjoy relaxing your neck and eyes and turn your attention gently inward, which is where we're headed on this site. Inward to the place where we cultivate friendship with our inclination and affinity towards peace. Listening without watching will help your learning, so you should work towards that way of practicing. Another one of my teachers once said, "We're thirsty for water because we're mostly made of water. And in the same way, we're hungry for peace is our nature." In this way, we might think uncovering and discovering peace as something that resides in us and is sometimes hiding just below the surface. Your daily practice will coax this peace out of hiding and allow it to reside in the forefront of your awareness more and more often as a result of your practicing. Give the site and yourself time to adjust to a learning curve. Much of the language, some of the concepts, and many of the activities are expected to at first seem strange and unfamiliar. By the third or fourth day of practicing, that oddness should begin to melt away, and somewhere between days 5 and 7 each week, the lesson will begin to feel like an old friend. This feeling familiar is nothing more than the learning process evolving in you. This is very much what real friendship is like, growing more familiar and comfortable over time. To develop the patience required for learning something new, which is often difficult for adults, create the image of filling a bucket with all the new experiences and allow them plenty of time to sink into the bottom. Give the bucket a silly name like the gallon o' patience, and whatever you put in it will have unlimited time to settle in and become part of you that's becoming happier and healthier and more peaceful as a result of the time you're spending taking care of yourself. Care that we're calling on this website befriending. It's nice that you're taking this time for yourself. Good for you. Good for all of us. Enjoy the lessons and let me know how it goes, for your feedback is what'll keep the site growing to be something that's truly valuable to you. See you around. I'm looking forward to hearing from you via the email link on the commenting page.